Hello everyone, this is Prodigious TCC, this Prodigious the Trading Card Collector, and today we're taking a look at a Japanese match featuring the new Charizard EX Dark Terastallized version, whatever you want to call it. So it has the ability, I have it on my phone here, let me read it to you word for word. This is a rough translation from Justin Basil's website. The ability is called Infernal Rain. When you play this Pokemon from your hand to evolve one of your Pokemon during your turn, you may search your deck for up to 3 basic fire energy cards and attach them to your Pokemon in any way you like. Then shuffle your deck. So once you evolve this from a Charmeleon or using a rare candy, you get to search out 3 basic fire energy, attach it to whatever you want in the deck, and there you go. And then its attack is for 2 fire energy. It's Burning Darkness, 180 damage plus. This attack does 30 more damage for each prize card your opponent has taken. So it can do a total of 330 points of damage if your opponent has 1 prize card left. Any more, and obviously they have 1. So they're also running 3 of the Charizards, 1 Charmeleon, 4 of the Charmanders, 1 of the Pokemon Go Radiant Charizards that just has more prize cards they've taken. You can just swing easier with that for 250 points of damage. You've got an Entei V, which has the fleet-footed ability, which lets you grab a... once it's in the active, you can use its ability to draw another card, and then it has the exact same attack as Raikou and Suicune, which is 20 plus 20 for each bench Pokemon, yours and your opponent, so maximum of 220. And then there is a Delphox V here, which is Eerie Glow. For 1 fire energy, your opponent's active Pokemon is now burned and confused. And then its second attack for 2 fire and a colorless energy. Magical Fire does 120 points of damage. Put 2 energy attached to this Pokemon into the Lost Zone. This attack also does 120 damage to one of your opponent's benched Pokemon. So 120 to the active, 120 to a benched. And then we've got a Moltres here, which does 20 points of damage plus 70 if there are any damage counters on it. Then you got a barrel, drawing engine, Manaphy to block damage. Everything else looks pretty standard, I guess you'd say. And then they are going up against a Arceus Giratina. Looks like just kind of standard Arceus Giratina with Barrel, Drawing Engine, and a Spirit Tomb thrown in here for good measure. Cleansing Gloves. Nothing too special looking about this list. I mean, we're here for Charizard, really. We're here for Charizard. So let us jump to the beginning of the match and see what's going on. So we've got a Charmander, Bibarel, Nestball, Super Rod, Iono, and 2 fire energies on the Charizard player's side. And the other player has a nice Arceus Vstar double turbo energy. So those are really good. Capturing Aroma, Professor's Research, Cleansing Gloves. I don't know what this one is. Maybe Rare Candy? No, I don't know what that one will be. We'll find out in a second. So that's a very strong hand for the Arceus player. It's very good. Alright, so we've got the Charmander versus the Arceus. Nestball going to grab a Bidoof, play the Bidoof down. It can't be damaged on the bench. Playing another, so must have drawn that Charmander, attaching energy for turn, passing the turn. So they are Nestballing for another Arceus. They are capturing Aroma for, well, let's see, heads or tails. Tails, so they're going for a Giratina V, nice, attaching a double turbo energy, and then they're doing anything else, or are they just going to, like, that's a perfect setup for an Arceus player. Very well, very good. And then going to swing, and that is the ability, lets them attach energy to their Pokemon, 3 energy from their deck. So, I mean, it's a perfect setup for them. So, evolving to the Bibarel and then going to Iono. So both of them are going to be pulling 6 prizes. putting your hand at the bottom of your deck and grab 6 prizes. All right, and then a Magma Basin, which is good for getting energy onto your benched Pokemon. There is your Radiant Charizard, Ultra Balling away an energy and an escape rope to get that terastallized Charizard. Going to use the Magma Basin to attach an energy to the Radiant Charizard. And then, not exactly sure what they're talking about here, but I guess they may be mentioning something, how this attack can knock out the Arceus or something. I'm not exactly sure. I do not speak or read Japanese, unfortunately. If I could, I would. So now the question is, do they have a... Okay, so attaching energy for turn. Question is, do they have a... rare candy. So they're using the Bibarel to draw 4 more cards. There's the rare candy right there. Are they going to put it on... They could, yeah, put it on the benched one. Now you grab 3 energy. So I would put... I mean, if you throw all 3 energy on the Charizard, yeah, the Pokemon Go, or the Radiant Charizard, you can retreat and then you can swing away for 250. I mean, that was pretty slick. That is a great way to knock out the Arceus right there. Very nice. And then grabbing 2 prizes and then passing the turn. They are attaching a choice belt to the Giratina. Professor's Research, getting rid of their hand, which had an Iono in it. Nice. Putting down a Bidoof, nest balling for another Giratina V, ultra balling away a Bidoof and a switch for the Arceus Vstar. Going to use a Vstar ability to attach energy, or no, to grab any card you want, and they grabbed a double turbo energy and a path to the peak. So dropping down to the path to the peak to get rid of that Magma Basin. Then also turning off any abilities, so like the Charizard or and then swinging for 200. Well, 180 because of the double turbo, correct? Correct. So you would path to the peak, you turn off this, and then I guess you turn off the Radiant Charizard, so you can't evolve unless you get... I mean, you can evolve into the Radiant Charizard, but then you're not getting that energy movement from the deck if you evolve under path to the peak, unfortunately. Okay, so there goes the Radiant Charizard, and then putting 2 energy on the Giratina and another energy on the other Giratina, and 3 cards in hand, promoting up that Charmander, throwing out another Magma Basin. Nice. Throwing down another Charmander, grabbing a Entei V with a Nest Ball, attaching an energy to the Entei V. Using Industrial Incisors, using the Magma Basin and switching. So now the Entei can fleet-foot it. It should have some damage counters on it because of the Magma Basin used to charge it up, but they probably haven't put them on yet. Using fleet-footed to draw an extra card. Boss's orders, they are bossing up either, yeah, Giratina, the more charged up Giratina, because they can knock that out. Oh, no, they cannot, because they don't have full benches. They've got 1, 2, 3, 4, and I think 4 and 4. So that's 8, so that's 160, so 180 points of damage to it. Oh no, they only have 3 on there. It's 160. Okay, so it is what it is, right? You can only do so much. 160 points of damage, but that's now an easy target for anything else. So they're drawing for turn. There goes the Bibarel for drawing engine, attaching energy for turn, using the Bibarel to grab 3 more cards. Nice. Ultra balling away a S-Ball and a Spiritomb to grab the Giratina Vstar. Going to put a Lost Vacuum in play to get rid of that Magma Basin. And then swing for knockout. Just looks like a nice swing for knockout, and they have to get rid of 2 energies to go to the Lost Zone from that attack, and they are choosing a Grass and a something else. Okay, now Charizard or Charmander is being promoted. Nest balling for the Delphox V. Magma Basin again, get rid of that other Stadium, using the Magma Basin to attach an energy to the Delphox V, attaching an energy from hand to Delphox V, grabbing 3 more. Ooh, 4 Seal Stone, nice. Going to Professor's Research away their hand, get a whole new hand. I'm guessing they couldn't find what they wanted from that hand, so they're going to use the 4 Seal Stone, grab a Super Rod. Nice, Super Rodding back into their deck. What are they going for? 3 Fire Energies. And then switching into the Delphox, Rare Candying, boom, that Charizard. So now going to be able to put energies however they want. So filling out the Delphox V's there now can do its attack, and the Charizard, its attack is only 2 fire energy, so it can now attack as well if and or when the Delphox V gets knocked out. They're using Capturing Aroma right now and getting a Charmander, it looked like. Capturing Aroma again. Getting a Charmeleon, going to evolve up into Charmeleon, so next turn they can go into the Charizard right there. And then they are doing 120 to the Giratina, I would assume. And then 120 to something on the bench. Getting rid of 2. I would go for the Bibarel, get rid of their draw engine. Yeah, there we go. I'm always thinking. Nice. So they have 1 prize and the other person has 3 prizes. They are promoting up the Arceus Vstar. Ultra Balling away an Arceus and a Double Turbo to get the Giratina Vstar. Do not know what they're saying here, but obviously they can swing for knockout on the Delphox V. But then really its prize trade is kind of over. Because if they swing on the Delphox V, they bring them down to 1 prize, and then that means that the Charizard can swing for 330, which can knock out anything on their board. So no, not exactly sure what they're talking about right here, but yes, I believe the Charizard player has this. Oh, okay, Charizard, going for that Charizard that's powered up, going to knock that out. Interesting. Okay. Now they are going to promote. Oh no, sorry, definitely didn't kill it. Right, because it's 200. Looking at the Giratina, I was thinking about Giratina because they showed the picture of the Giratina, which is 180. So they did 180 to the Charizard. So this is question then becomes. I mean, it doesn't matter. They can just knock out. They can knock out whatever they want because they have 3 prizes left, which means they have 3 prizes taken. That's 369. So their attack is 180 plus 30 more for each prize card they've taken. So 180, that's 210. So that is 270. So they're basically 10 away from knocking out either of these guys, which kind of sucks. Ultra Balling away some cards to grab the Charizard, attaching it to the Charmeleon for turn, using the Magma Basin on it as well. And then are they going to... I'm guessing they didn't use its ability because I think they're probably out of cards right now. But they're going to swing for 270 on this Arceus. Arceus. I don't really know how you want to pronounce it. So it's so close, right? But, I mean, it's a gimme at this point. Delphox is powered up. Other Charizard is powered up. There's really nothing that the Arceus Giratina player can do. I mean, if they knock out the Charizard, then the other Charizard now can swing for 330, so it doesn't really matter. They're going to take the knockout on the Terastallized Charizard and go down to 1 prize, which means now the new Charizard that they will promote up, obviously, can swing for 330 points of damage and just take them right out with 1 hit. I mean, it's kind of to be expected. Most times when people are playing these crazy decks or these new decks, they usually win. I don't know if it's a gimme, but they usually win. Does the new Charizard EX Terastallized Dark type, whatever you want to call it, looks pretty sweet. I mean, having that dark, be able to hit dark weakness, so you've got your Gardevoirs and your Mews that they can now take double damage on. Well, just think of that. You've got like 330 hitting, you could be 660 swinging into a Mew or something like that. or Gardevoir, so you can be swinging for high amounts of damage. The further behind you get, you can hit pretty good weakness, because Gardevoir and Mew, which are the two biggest dark weaknesses, are pretty high in the meta right now. I mean, I think this is a pretty good deck. I mean, and who doesn't love Charizard? You got Terastallized Darkness on it. Pretty great. I hope they do one with the Electric Terastallized Tyranitar. I'd love to watch that. That'd be fun. That'd be fun to see as well. But overall, I think this was a pretty good deck. You've got the Entei, you've got the Delphox, so you got the V's, so you can still use some Forest Seal Stones and stuff like that. I mean, and then Charizard, every time you evolve into it, you get to maneuver your 3 energy however you want. I think that's a pretty sweet deal. Let me know what you thought of this deck or the new Charizard in general. I'm a fan of it. I will be very interested to see how things play out when it comes over here. Japan is all best of 1. As I say every time we watch this, Japan is all best of 1, so it'll be really interesting to see how things change and the meta changes when it comes over to a best of 3 setting. But anyways, my name has been Prodigious TCC. That's Prodigious, the Trading Card Collector. And until I see you next time, have a fantastic day.